Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to 40-ish Vibes. And this is going to be our spooky edition. Spooky edition, where we're going to give you our top 10 Halloween movies.
Of all, well, our top 5, 10 movies.
Our top what? You said 5, 10.
Oh, so forgive me, guys. I've been doing a little drinking with my eyeballs in my drink.
But it's going to be our top 10 movies. So, where are we going to start? I can go. These aren't in any type of order. It's not a countdown from 10 to 1 or anything. We're just naming our top 10 movies.
Yeah.
So, I have a movie in mind that I don't think too many people have seen, and I am making a recommendation. So, my top movie is Mama. So, my summary of this movie is that it's about 2 kids that were raised basically by a ghost. You know, and they call her Mama. And then, why are you looking at me like that?
How they see the ghost?
They were able to see her.
Oh, okay.
Like, she'll appear sometimes, and yeah.
Okay.
Do you remember seeing that movie?
I do remember seeing it. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember us watching it. I do remember us watching that movie.
I like it.
Yeah.
But they basically were raised by this ghost, and that ghost was protective of them.
Alright, guys, so check this out. One of my top favorite movies of all time, which I have a fun fact, I only watched it, last year, is The Exorcist. That movie is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. And I think the actor, Linda Blair, is that her name? She played the heck out of that role. And I'm talking about when that little girl started bending over back. And all kind of
going down them steps.
And going down them steps. Yeah. Somebody slept with the light on that night. And that was me. It was a great movie, though. Very scary. One of the scary movies I ever seen. So that is one of my top 10 videos.
You know what I thought was scary in that when I was little? I thought it was so scary. Was when she was at the edge of that bed.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, when she was at the edge of the bed and the way she looked, I really was scared of that part. Man. I wanted to, like, run.
And there were like, been, like, some remakes of the movie, but I don't think anything touched
the first one.
Yeah, which one?
Okay, so, my number 3 movie, remember, it's not in any kind of order, but this is just the 3rd movie that I'm suggesting, is Insidious.
Yes.
Now, I absolutely love that movie, and I will honestly say that that is the one movie, the first one, that is the one movie that it's like it brought back horror film for me.
It definitely did.
Because I was jumping.
Especially, is that the one where that little boy slapped his hand on the table?
Dalton?
That's the only part you remember and it's scary?
Well, I'm just naming a part.
That's when they did like a seance thing. He ended up being right there next to them.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. There were so many scary things, scary parts in that movie. I would suggest Insidious 2 and Insidious 3 as well. But the first one was it.
The first one was it. Yeah, I love the first one.
And I also like the second one.
Yeah.
Cause I love that old lady. But that first one, like even that shadow in the corner.
There was something in there with him. It was standing there in the corner.
Yes, the first one is definitely a must watch. If you like movies that'll make you jump and, you know, do that, oh yeah. Insidious. I definitely recommend.
Jump. Boy. Getting a little spooky in here naming all these movies. So, my number 4 movie is Paranormal Activity. It was something about that movie that scared the out of me. When they put the little paddle down by their bedroom, and then they woke up and the foot tracks was in the bedroom.
Oh God.
Yeah.
See, it's like little things like that will just make it just so spooky.
I know.
And the time lapse, or you know, and how she was standing and.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, when she was standing there.
Yeah.
You better get on. Shoot.
Okay, for our 5th movie suggestion, I suggest Amityville Horror. The one with Ryan Reynolds.
There was a crime, a murder.
In the house?
Several people, a family.
Claims he heard voices coming from within the house.
I love that movie. That movie also kind of like brought some scariness back to me. It made me understand it more.
Yeah, it really did.
Because I do remember seeing the old one when I was younger. But the remake, I ended up liking the remake. And that was actually the movie that I saw when I said, remember when I was telling you when I used to have my nieces over and when I walked them home and I was so scared to walk them home? That was the movie we saw. Was Amityville Horror, and I was scared of that movie.
Walking somebody around at night, you got to watching a scary movie.
Yes, I was in my younger 20s. Yeah, scared.
Quick story I'm gonna tell real quick before we get to the next one. So I grew up in the country, and next door to my mom's house, we had 2 homes. They were abandoned, and so as a little kid, I was coming home from my cousin's house, and for some reason, I don't know what it was, but when I was coming home, I looked over to one of those abandoned homes. And it was pitch black, but for some reason I could see the blind. I could see the curtain.
Nope.
I could see the curtain moving. I think I got to my mom's house within 1 second, and I was inside that door. I think I almost knocked the door down. Yeah.
Sometimes we can like scare ourselves.
We sure can. We are. Ooh. Seems like the temperature dropped in here a little bit. You cold? You are? Anyways. Anyway, so my number 6 movie is Nightmare on Elm Street. Scared me senseless when I was a kid. And I just remember when I was trying to lay down and go to sleep, all I heard was that 1, 2. I used to go sleep and be hearing that in my sleep. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. And my mother, she wanted all the lights off. It wasn't no lights staying on. And so I used to be in my room just under my cover, like, just like that, for real. I used to be like that, just hiding under my cover after watched that movie. But now, I mean, it's kind of, you know, as I look at it now, it's,
Woo!
what?
I just scared myself.
What you
I
mean?
just scared myself. I'm looking right here, and I mean, because of that air blowing, and those things just came from behind your head.
Oh, really? Boy. See, I told you, scaring yourself.
Okay, when he was talking about because of the kids, you know, like doing the jump rope thing. Man.
What?
Quit playing.
I mean, I thought I seen something. Anyways.
But something about like what he was talking about with kids. For some reason, that is why it's creepy with some kids in scary movies. Like this movie is not on the list, but something that made me think that kids were creepy.
Oh,
in a scary movie way. Pet Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery, yeah.
Gage.
Man, that's a movie I forgot about, and that one is scary. It definitely is scary.
Okay, the number 7 movie that I suggest and recommend is Annabelle.
Woo! Yeah, that doll was serious.
You're the Monster, aren't you? You help me? What do you need?
That doll is crazy. And so, okay, she basically got her own movie. She was part of the paranormal investigators, Lorraine and her husband. And she's locked up in their room, den, their big room of all of these things that they're basically making movies on, which we're going to go more into that in just a bit. But they're trying to say that Annabelle doll is based on a true story.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Anything that we watch, well, I watch, and it says based on a true story.
What? I would look at it because then that's going to make me go and research.
Yeah, that'll make me look at it, but it's based on a true story. That means some of that stuff is facts.
I researched some of the Annabelle.
That means some of that stuff is real, like it happened, like they have proof. Shoot, they have proof that some of it happened. That's not made up.
That was funny. Man, that means they had proof.
Shoot, man.
That
means
funny.
they witnessed it with their own eyes. Somebody witnessed that stuff and they accounted for it. They found out that it was facts. Man, don't play. Shoot.
That is funny. Okay, and with this Annabelle, we're going to segue on into Lorraine and Ed Warren. Because there's a lot of movies that is based with the investigations that they've done. Like the Conjuring franchise. You know, those are part of their investigations that they did. And so that is our 8th recommendation, is The Conjuring.
Clap. I'm gonna get you now. I can hear you breathing.
You took your blindfold off. I win. I was in Christine and Nancy's room.
Yeah. So, The Conjuring, which all ties in. Doesn't it also ties in with Insidious?
Mm-mm.
It doesn't.
But the person that plays Ed Warren in The Conjuring, he also played, which is Patrick Wilson. He also plays in Insidious.
Insidious. Okay. Yeah. So The Conjuring is also another one of those movies where, I mean, you gotta have like a nightlight on after you finish watching it. Man, that was a scary movie too.
Yeah, and it's a franchise, so there's Conjuring 1, 2, and 3. And then there's like Annabelle, and it's all of the items they have in that room. It's like there's a movie off of each of those.
I know, in that basement
Mm-hmm.
where they say never go into and they have it all locked up. So, the number 9th movie is Blair Witch Project. Yeah, and so the thing about what got me about that movie is how these college students try to find out about a witch that was killing in a certain town. And so the thing about it is that when they went into these woods, they got lost. And they... They couldn't find their way back to the town. And they started hearing all these sounds and seeing all these, images off into the woods. Now, from what I can remember, like none of them was found, right?
None of what?
The college students. The only thing that was found was some footage of them going into the woods.
Yeah, and that's how the movie takes place, is that they're looking at documentary.
Right, they're looking at documentary, but the college students were never found.
And now we have our final movie suggestion, and that is Scream. The first Scream.
No.
You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
What did you say?
I want to know who I'm talking to.
That's not what you said.
What do you think I said?
Because that definitely was like a whodunit. Like, I did not know who it could have been. And yeah, I like that franchise as well. And that is a good slasher. Mm-hmm. That also, at the time, that also brought back horror.
It really did, because it was really good. Mm-hmm. Like, it always kept you guessing, like, who could it be? Who could it be? Who could it be? And then come to find out.
Don't spoil it. Okay. Just in case someone hasn't seen it.
Okay, so if you haven't seen it, I'm not gonna say it. But all I'm saying is just to come to find out.
And I heard there is a Scream 5. And I have not seen that yet, and I really want to know who did it. And I actually feel like if it is out on one of these, HBO Max or something, I want to look at it.
Yeah, we can definitely watch it. We can definitely
Tonight.
watch it. Okay, cool.
Okay.
We can definitely do that.
So we are definitely going to check that out.
Yeah.
I will put down here if we did watch it and what I thought about it.
Right. So guys, that pretty much sums up our top 10 horror films. Mm-hmm. Now, if you have any horror films that you recommend, leave it down in the comments below. And also, if we left out some facts about some movies that we talked about in the video, also leave that down in the comments below. Mm-hmm. But other than that, we just gonna watch us some comedy.
You think that Scream was comedy?
No, I'm not talking about that. We gonna watch us some comedy after talking about all these horror movies.
Oh, we need something?
We need something. Shoot.
I hope that you also liked our setup. Gave a little bit of aesthetics.
And our makeup and our costumes.
Mm-hmm. I'll show you a picture. We'll both take a picture and we'll put it on here.
Yeah.
So, thank you for tuning into our video, and we will see you in the next video. And remember to create your own life and just live it. We'll see you in the next video.